and we welcome its constructive communication with Belgrade, Pristina, and regional and international partners. We are happy to note UNMIC's efforts to strengthen trust between the various communities in Kosovo, including initiatives to learn Serbian and Albanian online. We welcome the efforts of the mission to work together with the UN team in Kosovo to help national institutions to manage the health crisis brought by the COVID-19 pandemic, to coordinate the authorities and to alleviate the socio-economic effects of the pandemic, particularly on vulnerable populations. Mr. President, the political situation has seen important developments recently in Kosovo, developments that have had an impact on the relations between Belgrade and Pristina. Our institutional crisis has been overcome with the anticipated elections in February, and we hope that those developments will make it possible to normalize relations and promote dialogue between Belgrade and Pristina. That dialogue facilitated by the European Union and based on the commitment to implement past political agreements. And Tunisia expresses its support for the special representative of the EU to Kosovo, and we welcome the last series of meetings that were held in the region in March to prepare a new cycle of dialogue between Belgrade and Pristina following the formation of the new government in Kosovo. And we hope that this dialogue cycle will make it possible in the near future to progress specifically in a number of areas that are important, such as the
and now we're looking what is happening
at the moment, and the return of internally displaced, and also information with regard to whose way access to the
and things start to change day to day very dramatically. That's when it sort of really hits home. And but I think when you look at the modeling data and where this is going to go, it's not entirely surprising that we are where we are. It is the magnitude, perhaps, of what's happening in the speed with which it's happening, maybe a little bit faster than the modeling had suggested, but certainly, exponential growth by its very nature has this way of catching people by surprise because suddenly it's just there.
What is the reaction like in the hospital? They were prepared. Some numbers could very well happen. It's here. And what about the patients? How is the human-to-human reaction to this in the last couple of days?
Well, I'm always so impressed with all the healthcare professional colleagues that I have the pleasure of working with.
Very much, Mr. President, and I want to say welcome to both ministers with us today. This is the first opportunity that Ireland has had to address these issues since we've joined the Council. So I want to begin by underlining Ireland's strong support for us.
That's only going to accelerate. So as exhausted as everybody is, and as anxious and even angry, I would say, some people are consummate professionals and they care about their patients. And that, I think, the public can take a lot of confidence in, is that
how much time are you going to spend doing
for them? So, but I will be very straightforward.
They're ingenious. So when you pick, nothing happens
in our careers.
Really, really.
Wow,
so,
bro, you're so good at this hacking thing.
Absolutely stressful. Is there a sense where, inside that we don't know where we're going to go? I mean, I keep reading quotes.
So now it's every time you click, nothing happens. And when you go to click somewhere else, the first thing pops under after you've clicked the second time.
Part of this And,
somehow they pulled up the clock app, but my clocks are frozen.
Measures that have been taken to lock
like,
down,
this
they
is the
worked with
weirdo
other
shit
ways.
these guys get up to.
These kinds of measures work elsewhere in the world as well. And we're just waiting for those numbers to peak. Every day when the numbers come out, I'm hoping that we'll start to see the trend down. But I fear that some of the so-called downstream numbers, like the ICU admissions, they're not going to start to fall until sometime after the new cases numbers start to fall. So, the ICU story is going to be ongoing even after wave 3 peaks, unfortunately.
That's it, isn't it? You've got your numbers, then you know how it works, the lag time, that if somebody gets it, and then, it takes a while. It takes a while before we see it show up in the system. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Chris Simpson, who's Executive VP at Medical at Ontario Health. Dr. Simpson, thank you. Thinking about you, taking care. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
All right, we're going to take a break and we will continue as we tread through wherever we are today in this virus outbreak. Up, down, we're hearing the word outbreak, breaking point. And how much further do we have to go? For Alex Pearson, I'm Arlene Biden. This is On Point Global News Radio.
This marriage just isn't going to work. I wish I had someone to help me through this.
Russell Alexander Family Lawyers has your back. We'll take care of the legal side so that you can focus on yourself and your family. Go to bookria.ca to book a consultation.
News, traffic, and weather. This is 680 News.
Good evening, it's Tuesday, April 13th. I'm Caitlin Lee. And I'm Judy Friedman. Here's what's making news this hour. The province steps up its vaccination game, opening a pop-up clinic in a COVID hotspot and introducing employer-operated on-site vaccination. Hundreds of family practices are getting on board to vaccinate Ontarians in hotspot areas.
Federal health officials have received the first report of a woman developing a blood clot after receiving the AstraZeneca vaccine. They say the shot is still safe and the side effect is extremely rare.
Another day of dump truck protests on the QEW and the 400. A full traffic report is just seconds away.
A busy night in Toronto sports. Blue Jays hosting the Yankees, Maple Leafs welcoming Calgary, and the Raptors battle Atlanta. Sports at 45.
Record high finish for the S&P 500. J&J pulls down the Dow in Coinbase pricing its IPO. Business at 56.
680 News Time, 9:31. Now for traffic and weather together on the ones, here is Carlene Donahue. This report is brought to you by Seneca. So we have a full closure on your major
Training you for
highways
careers
right
that
now.
don't
If
exist
you're traveling
yet.
westbound on the 401, approaching the
I'm not ever
427,
gonna forget
all
that.
lanes are currently closed due to a tractor trailer rollover and a debris cleanup. So this tractor trailer was involved in a collision. It got nicked, it rolled over, and now all lanes are blocked with lumber debris. So crews have shut down the 401 approaching
If
the
the other guy was
427 right
watching,
before
he
the
would give us a
express collector
play-by-play.
split. And then we should, that just to make sure that nobody is caught up in this debris. So if you're going west on the 401 and you make it this far, you're going to be forced onto the southbound 427. And we've also got the northbound 427 ramp to the west 401 closed and the south 427 ramp to the west 401 closed due to this collision. So pretty heavy duty situation going on right now. You don't want to be on the west 401 through this stretch, otherwise you're going to be forced off. In terms of our other major routes, west 407, no access to the south 427, east 407, no access to the north 427. On the eastbound 401 at the Allen and the Collectors, we have a right lane blocked off. Southbound 400 at Highway 9, 2 left lanes closed. And that's about it. But we do have some dump truck protests going on the MTO scales throughout the GTA. So northbound 400 north of King Road, westbound QEW approaching 3rd line, and eastbound QEW east of 3rd line. We also have the north 3rd line ramp to the east QEW shut down, and that's all due to that protest as well. At Seneca's virtual open house, connect with program experts, attend interactive sessions, and take virtual campus tours. Join them at senecacollege.ca on April 17th from 8 a.m.
Y'all got a website?
Now look at the forecast. Here's Natasha Ramsey.
Training you for careers that don't even exist yet.
Above seasonal, 5 degrees. That's our overnight low tonight, and we'll likely see a few fog patches in the morning, but it's going to be pretty sunny to start off tomorrow once that fog lifts. Increasing afternoon cloud with a high of 15 degrees, and it's not until after 6, 7 p.m. tomorrow we'll get into
How about
some light rain. So
ZipRecruiter?
if you are heading out in the evening, pack an umbrella.
ZipRecruiter.com/Canada. That's CANADA.
Right now in downtown Toronto, we're looking at a mainly
Thank you.
clear sky and sitting at 12 degrees. It's down to 8 degrees at Pearson. 680 News Time, 9:33. The province tried to ramp up its vaccine rollout and alleviate any remaining confusion over who or
dump
where
truck
you can
protest.
get the
Dump
shot.
truck
It
protest.
comes as a mobile clinic is
Well,
set
that's
to
all
open
you got.
in
I'm tuning away. I swear to God.
680's Phil Martino has more.
The pop-up vaccine clinic will operate out of the BAPS complex in the
When did what?
427 and Finch area for the next 3 weeks. Premier Doug Ford
Did
says
you
that
see
mobile
that?
vaccine clinics in
I wasn't
high-risk
listening.
neighborhoods like this one, they'll begin to vaccinate adults 18 and over.
We're relying on the vaccination sites just like this one, vaccine clinics that will get thousands of
Vaccines.
shots done in the heart of communities where they will have the greatest impact.
The province says if you are aged 18 or older and live in a designated hotspot, find your public health unit and check its website for details about mobile and pop-up vaccination in your area. The Ford government is also working with public health units, business groups, and large employers to explore employer-operated on-site vaccination clinics. I'm Phil Martino.
Your first dose of COVID-19 vaccine could come courtesy of your family doctor. 680's Michelle Morton tells us hundreds of family physicians are getting ready to help administer COVID vaccines at their clinics. She joins us live with more. Michelle.
Caitlin, after months of calls to be more included in the vaccine rollout, Ontario family doctors are seeing the green light. The Ontario College of Family Physicians confirmed 300 family practices are being onboarded to administer the vaccine.
That's right.
across the province in
Self-regulated.
hard-hit
Completely
areas.
self-regulated.
OCFP President Dr. Liz Mugga says family doctors
There's
have a
actually
unique
an
role to
industry
play in the
here
vaccine rollout
of
because
people
they
who
have
are
trusted relationships
observers
with their patients.
trained
That
to
really makes a
spot
difference with the vaccine,
sexual
because that means
assault
we can have conversations to help move
by
patients
people that have
from
already been
feeling
proven to be
hesitant
sexual
towards feeling
offenders that are
confident
still
about the
allowed to
vaccine.
practice medicine.
We can reach out to patients who may be unwilling or unable to go to other options for vaccine. We can even do visits to people's homes.
Which makes me wonder who that second person was at the doctor's appointment when they started telling me, there's something with your heart, but don't worry about it. What's that mean? There's something with your heart, but don't worry about it. That's what they told me.
To be kept in a special freezer.
So-
We're also calling to be able to use the Moderna vaccine. That's another vaccine that can be for a period of time also kept in a regular fridge. So I think we would hope as we see these 300 practices onboarded that continues to grow.
Oh, dude, they've been doing this for decades. They'll tell you how good they are at it. All of a sudden they can't. Everything's got to be hard. Everything's impossible.
Mugga says the way the vaccine look is different region to region and to reach out to your public health unit. Reporting live, I'm Michelle Morton.
680 News Traffic.
Breaking news traffic center. I'm Carlin Donahue. Westbound on the 401 approaching the 427. All lanes closed due to a tractor trailer rollover and
You just
debris
told us
cleanup.
that.
Vehicles being
You
forced
didn't give
southbound
us
on the
the
427 and the
breaking
ramp to
update
the
music.
401 westbound from the south and north 427 is closed due to this crash. The 680 traffic watch continues. 680 news time at 9:37. The University Health Network is pausing COVID-19 vaccine
So,
registration for people between the ages
It's kind
of
of scary.
49
I'm sitting in
and
here,
49
Armed Forces
because of
radio
supply
service on
issues.
some of these radio dramas, and I'm thinking, we need something like that right now.
M5V, M6E, and M6H.
Canadian Forces is the thing responsible for bringing them radio and television. That's useful. You got cable TV anywhere in the world. That's
More
helpful.
than 100 designated
Canadian
postal codes
television anywhere in
can
the
now
world.
get the shot. But a 680's
And
Richard
then I had a
Sutherland
really
explains
scary
there are
thought.
some
This is
questions
the Armed
about
Forces radio
if
service
politics
here.
played a role in choosing those postal
Independent
codes.
Well, the
informatics.
CBC did a big investigation, and they
You
found
gotta
that 7
that's a
COVID
different,
hotspots
that's a different
didn't
story.
get picked, and those areas are held by
Get a
opposition
5-day
MPPs.
lead apparently on
4 of the
everybody else
5
about this
hotspots
Ukraine
that
thing.
did get picked are held by PC MPPs, and those areas were far
Something's
less
going to happen
affected by
after
the
business
pandemic.
closes
Health
on
Minister
Friday.
Christine Elliott, though, contends there's no politics at play.
Absolutely no political motivation whatsoever. The hotspot areas were originally
She's going to run for
identified
the
on the
leadership
basis
of one of these parties. Watch.
historic data
That's
where
Ontario
there had been an
politics.
acceleration
Watch.
in the number of cases.
Opposition
Or she'll become the CEO of some sort of
government
company.
should ever make life and death decisions around vaccination access based on politics. I mean, it
What
would
about
just
the
be-
online
I mean,
calculator?
I'm horrified at the very thought.
I'm Richard Southern.
Remember, according to a computer,
9:38.
black people are more likely to die in the hospital.
Happening now.
So according to the computer, you should be denied the ICU bed if a white person needs it. That's the logic they will use when they try to do this shit to people.
Joins us live with more details on that. Karen. Yeah, Caitlin, these dump truck protests are happening at the MTO inspection stations. As you mentioned, on the QEW at the 400. Now, the Ontario Dump Truck Association says it's in protest of new rules forcing dump trucks older than 15 years to undergo retrofits costing as much as $40,000.
Just like if you had a car, you wouldn't go and put in, a very expensive upgrade in the last, quarter of its life.
Spokesperson Sarjeet Kaur
They want all the trucks to have this diesel exhaust fluid thing, because somehow spraying more chemicals into the exhaust cleans it up.
But operators had a 10-year grace period to comply with the new rules. Kaur contends many drivers didn't even know the legislation passed in 2011.
So then there's 10 years that passes with no consultation with the
You don't remember all the time Jack Layton died and all the protests then?
Most people were not aware.
She says the protests will continue overnight.
That was these same radio stations not talking about the issues at hand.
680 News Time, 9:39.
Need window inspiration? Then you need to speak to the experts. Hi, I'm Tom Rokiki of Inline Fiberglass
This country
Windows and Doors.
kills politicians or leaders, or however you want to look at it.
Architects, builders, and
Kidnap them, shoot at them, throw them off bridges, give them cancers. It's fucking crazy what happens up there.
Or building your dream home, dream the dream with Inline Fiberglass. If you can dream it, we can build it.
Hey, get away from my windows, weirdo.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or inlinefiberglass.com.
Now the 680 News gas price update. AdPro predicts the price will not change at midnight, staying at $1.22.9 a liter. 680 News Time, 9:40.
I miss him so much every day. I miss the drums pounding away. Asking Dad, can you go out and throw the ball with me? I wish he were here today. I would give him the biggest bear hug.
On April 28th, we remember all those who suffered a workplace death, injury, or illness. Learn more at wsibdayofmourning.ca.
So WSIB spends money instead of giving it to people injured at work.
But with a quick change from winter to Toyota recommended all-season tires, you'll extend the life of your winter tires and enjoy a quieter ride on your all-season tires, which are designed for warmer temperatures.
Need all season. I need 3 out of 4 seasons.
Toyota dealer today and get the right tires at the right price.
I want to drive around on autumn tires.
When it comes to tires, details make the difference. Terms and conditions apply.
680 News Time, 9:41. Time for traffic
and the dump truck thing. Okay. So I've first.
So as you've been hearing,
it's not that
full closure of the westbound 401 approaching the
they all blur together in my head or anything. There are so many incidents of police assaulting and killing black people.
Over, spilling its load of lumber onto the highway, and this was just
I'm not sure which one this is, but it says 2 days ago.
Pearson in the collectors, the debris spilled onto the express and collectors.
But Al Jazeera will frame the headline differently than the so-called Western world.
So we have all westbound 401 lanes closed, approaching the 427 before the express and collector split. Vehicles are being forced southbound onto the 427, and there's no access to the westbound 401 from the north or southbound 427. So a very big closure in a really busy spot. Unfortunately, we have pretty bad delays through this stretch. They're backed up right now just from Dixon to approaching the 427, and the southbound 427 is starting to jam up just south of the 401. So look out for this problem. Avoid it if you can. If you can, just get off before Dixon, and you'll save yourself some time, and you'll be able to go right back onto the 401. If you're traveling on the other major routes, we have dump truck protests in effect. They are a visual distraction. They're parked off onto the MTO scale inspection sites off the side of the road, northbound 400 north of King Road, west QEW approaching 3rd line, and east QEW east of 3rd line. The northbound 3rd line ramp to the east QE is closed as well. If you're traveling on the southbound 400, 2 left lanes closed at Highway 9. Eastbound and westbound 407 ramp closures. The east 407 ramp to the north 427 is closed, and west 407 to the south 427 shut down. Eastbound 401 at the Allen and the collectors, the right lane is blocked off. And other than that, we just have a little bit on the westbound 401 before this big issue. At Leslie and the Express, there's a stalled vehicle in the
And now it's time to go out and take a look at the roads with chopper traffic. Here's our match.
You're 2 minutes early just to spite me.
401 west of the 427, a tractor trailer rollover that was carrying some wood debris. So this is going to be here for quite a while.
Hey,
it's on
free
the west
wood,
401
free wood.
The 427, affecting mostly the.
If you call wood debris / rolled over tractor trailer, if you called rollover tractor trailer all lanes and parlayed it with wood debris, you get to make a donation to the cause of your choice.
So they are being let through in the right shoulder, but there still are some very big.
Shut it, open it, shut it, on and off rate.
It's traffic jam bingo, or traffic report bingo.
9 degrees, and we'll likely see wet flurries mixing in over the Dundalk Highlands. Tonight we're down to a low of 5 degrees. Right now, downtown Toronto, 13 degrees and clear. It's also 13.
The Dundalk Highlands, is that in Scotland somewhere?
Your employment rights with Lior Samfiru from the
Deserves to have a roof over their heads and food in their bellies. The pandemic has hit us all hard, and the impact is visible on our streets. COVID-19 has left far too many people homeless, but you can help. When you donate your unwanted vehicle to Homeless Cars, you'll receive a minimum $400 tax receipt, and Homeless Cars can continue their fight against homelessness and food insecurity. Donate a car, change a life. A single donation can provide shelter for at least 10 nights or 150 bagged meals. Make a difference today and go to homelesscars.ca.
Hiring can be challenging, but ZipRecruiter makes it fast and easy. We talk.
Before you accept any changes,
$400, 150 bagged meals. $2, $300. What's that? $2.50 or something? 65 cents or something for a bag. The Scott Mission says it's $4.25. No, it's not. It's way more than that. The muffin they give you at the Scott Mission, okay, I know it's donated, but if you buy it in the store, it's $1.99. So how is the whole rest of the meal $2? Fuck off, it's that cheap. Don't tell people that, because it's misleading. Tell them the truth. It costs money to do this shit. If they have to, anything they have to buy or pay for, it costs them. So it's all fine and well that lots of stuff is, well, lots of stuff used to get donated. See, the problem is all these businesses don't have extra anything to. The restaurants are closed. There is nothing to donate. There are no extra sandwiches or whatever. The companies that get the contracts to supply the police stations and for the holdings of the prisoners and the jails, the detention centers, the provincial detention centers, must be just laughing right now. But they must buy them stupid jams and peanut butters and all that crap by the truckload. I wonder if a person has to throw one in each fucking bag or what. The food is good now. It's sort of a disincentive to getting out of jail. It really is. For someone like me, I'm very driven by food. But the problem is, I guess I'll wait 3.5 minutes. The problem is the serving size too small. I mean, the healthcare people don't cooperate. They should be on. BC identifies first case of UK coronavirus variant. That was a while ago. Yeah, all these links I bookmark, share them, and do all this shit with them, so I remember later. I got a copy of it. Excuse me, what's this? Quite the variety of headlines on my system here. Oh, yeah, I didn't share the link yet, but if you check your feed, you might find some about an asteroid just missed us. I don't know how close exceptionally close is, but I believe it said USA Today 6 hours ago. I would have to. What is this? Interesting. Yes, please keep locking up. Fucking hell, man. The game is here.